straw man, an intentionally misrepresented proposition that is set up because it is easier to defeat than an opponent's real argument. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme of today is the straw man fallacy. So why don't I just read y'all the definition of straw man? Because this is Joey Swoll, a famous, if not the most famous, fitness influencer that has gotten famous for holding people accountable, you idiot. How am I supposed to hold people accountable? I can't even say it right. For their terrible actions towards other people in the gym. Funny, because this is a man who cannot take criticism or doesn't like being called out. I assume you are here because you know what I'm talking about. Joey is trying to use straw man to act like we are canceling him because of his Hulk Hogan impression or homage, instead of the fact that he referred to people as coloreds like this is the 1960s. And if you're black, you know people are only saying colored just because they don't want to use other words. But truly paying homage to a notorious racist and a terrible person that Hulk Hogan was in more ways than one. Joey trying to make it seem like we're canceling him for the little boo-boo, even though he's done so much good for the community. What do I mean? Let me explain. Hulk Hogan died recently, and the world was, I would say, in shambles, but it turns out a lot of people didn't care, me included. This guy's a piece of shit who didn't side with the WWF fighters when they were trying to have a union, continuously lies. Literally lies to make himself look good in any way, literally to the point where he said he made an album because of a kid that he could damn near, that came to see him. Like, mind you, came to see him at an event he was never at, and he damn near smelled death on the kid, and that kid inspired him to make a whole album. Just terrible stuff. And on top of that, he's a racist. Funny. So Joey Swoll, anyway, he made a post. This is the post. If I find the full post, I will let y'all know, but apparently I cannot find it. And he received backlash for it. Whatever. So he posted the apology. And if he would have just posted this and then posted the apology that we're going to look for in a moment, people would have just moved on and he would have been done. But unfortunately, between this post and this apology stood a whole lot of bullshit in the middle. But I want to show you that this isn't even the first time he has actually had to go through this. And for some reason, I did not watch the second apology completely, because I wanted to save, like, the first or second apology. I wanted to save both for this video, because I have a feeling that the second apology is going to go the same way this first apology went. First apology? What am I talking about, you say? I'm glad you asked. Because he's actually been in a situation like this before. And don't worry, if you don't want to hear about this, you can skip to his first live apology. Trust me, I will make timestamps and we will skip past this. But for people that want to hear about it, so back in February 2024, Joey Swoll actually made a post taking a picture with RFK Jr. I did not know Joey Swoll was so short, bro. Like, I thought he was taller than that for some reason. And I just want to read to you how all of this shit went out, because I just feel like we're going to see the same similarities in this new apology that he dropped. So let's go. It was so nice to meet you today, sir. I don't know much about your politics or anyone's. I stay away from it all and consider myself independent. But I will say you are very kind, very humble, and friendly. It was a pleasure to hit a few sets with you at Gold's Gym. God bless. So, he's lying. Because, like, mind you, a man who's talking about he's independent took a picture with RFK Jr., worked out a few sets with him, and also is a Donald Trump supporter. Everybody, like, matter of fact, I don't really have to get into it because we already know that the only people who can't comprehend the fact that voting for Donald Trump and saying that you have empathy for the fellow human being can't be in the same sentence are people who voted for Donald Trump. And funny enough, Joey Swoll is in that. And it's like, this is crazy because I'm not racist. I never thought Joey Swoll was racist. I generally didn't. Like, I just thought he was a dude who generally did steroids and spread gym positivity by holding people accountable. I generally thought that was it. Should probably state that. Because immediately after posting this, mind you, also, he's lying. Because it's really funny that this man says that you didn't care about politics when, like, your second sentence, that is your second sentence. You didn't even, like, get into, like, giving this nigga props. You like the first thing you dived into was, I don't know much about your politics or anyone's, really, I stay away from it. While also being a Trump supporter, mind you. Like, that's some weird, oh, just so I'm not in trouble. Hey, I'm just saying, ain't nothing wrong with me. Like that's you know what I mean? But directly under this post, he got backlash for it because, again, RFK Jr. is a terrible person. Not surprising. He tends to endorse a lot of terrible people now that I'm starting to think. Hulk Hogan, RFK Jr., Donald Trump, this guy, Joey, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. Like I said, RFK isn't like a good person at all. Everybody knows that. He knows that, which is why the first sentence is literally talking about the politics. It's not what everybody's known him for, even if you don't know about the politics, is that he's related to JFK. Yeah, I feel like if you would just led with the fact that, bro, I know he's a close relative to JFK, and it was really cool to meet him. Bro, you knew what you was doing. You knew you was gonna, like, hear it. But I want to read this apology first. Cause I feel like we're gonna see a lot of the same apology or the same points hit here as he does in his proper apology. A lot of people are upset and even unfollowing me because of this. I don't endorse RFK or anyone. I don't know anything about the man outside of he's a presidential candidate as well as he's a kind person. I would have been kind and respectful to both Biden and Trump as well as done the same. So if you took a picture of Trump, you would have said, yo, this is a great guy. I don't know much about his politics. Yeah, this is Trump. I don't know much about his politics, but honestly, he's a good dude. Nigga, fuck off. You know damn well. Like Donald Trump would never even be near you in a gym. And yet you know damn well you would not say that for fucking Donald Trump, despite the fact you voted for him. I also would never judge or treat someone differently based off their politics or who they vote for. It's none of my business. I'm able to have different beliefs and disagree with someone and still be kind and respectful. I also don't trust media, both right and left. There are way too many lies and agendas. Bro, the only people who say that are people on the right. Bro, oh my god, it's like he's reading all the checklists, bro. It's like coming out. Many lies and agendas. I also want to run for office one day. And I hope my message and hard work will be for all people, without defining people for what political party they vote for. No one should judge someone. No one should judge someone or treat them differently simply based off of who they vote for or what party they belong to. The word. I feel like I just said something about this. The only people who can't comprehend the fact that voting for Donald Trump and saying that you have empathy for the fellow human being can't be in the same sentence are people who voted for Donald Trump. That's literally what I said. Bro, like, there are way too many lies and agendas in the media. Come on. Who on the left or who's even centrist that says that? Bro, we know the media lies, bro. We know which media lies, bro. Like, and we know how to verify information, bro. There's only one set of people who weirdly enough don't like verifying information that says shit like this. It's weird. Now, you notice that I didn't know nothing about this. And I'm sure a lot of people didn't know nothing about this, right? I feel like if he would have just dropped a cookie cutter bullshit apology like this first, instead of the route he's about to go, I feel like this would also have been shoved under the rug. Is that the expression? But I feel like you wouldn't have known about the Hulk Hogan shit either. But now, without further ado, let's get into the live. So he wanted to go on live after the backlash this time, instead of just posting a cookie cutter apology. And the beautiful thing about lives is you can't filter yourself there, but I don't know, is it alive? We're about to see, right? Well, is it alive? We're about to look back at it right now. So whatever it is, a video came out where he could not be his cookie cutter self, I guess. And some words were said. So let's get into it.
Listen, I can post Hulk Hogan if I want to. Just because somebody makes a mistake in their life doesn't mean that they haven't done good things. I don't know what he did, and he said something 20 years ago and apologized for it. If you're going to attack me, you better go after the colored athletes and the people that are black and minority that went and posted him as well. Okay, the man was nice to me. He made a mistake. I'm not God. People make mistakes in life. If you got a problem with that, look at yourself. There's not one single person in here that hasn't made a mistake in their life.
Ooh, boy. Okay, man, I'm glad we just went over the last shit, cause I don't know what he did. He may have said something 20 years ago. Wow. Let me just read this. I don't know anything about the man outside of he's a presidential candidate, as well as he is a very kind person to me. Fuck me, that came back to bite him fast. You immediately just recycled the same arguments you used for RFK. You couldn't filter yourself. The colored, this man put emphasis on colored. He immediately was like, oh, the black, the white, the this. So meaning before, you could have just said that before. But you actually went out of your way to like stress saying colored and then went on with the rest of your shit. I feel like, again, we all know what that colored shit means, bro. We all know what it means. And it's like, man, I'm so disappointed. So he obviously received backlash for this. Obviously, you know damn well you did not have to say that, but you was angry. You couldn't be your cookie cutter self at the moment, and I guess this is what Joey Swoll is. So now I want to look into his second apology, the cookie cutter apology. Basically, what I think is the RFK apology in full, but for Hulk Hogan. So
I owe my followers, my community, and all of social media an apology. A few days ago, I reposted an old video of me in the gym wearing a Hulk Hogan Halloween costume on the day that he passed. Last night in my live stream, a lot of people expressed how upset and frustrated they were with me that I had posted that. Instead of listening and understanding like I should have, I became defensive and said that I was posting to celebrate the wrestling icon, the person that so many of us looked up to as kids that we grew up with, that made us tear our shirts and take our vitamins and say our prayers. I didn't know to the extent of all the horrible things that he had done. Since last night, I have done a lot of research, talked to a few people, and learned all of the horrible, horrible things that that man has done, which is way more than just making a mistake and being human. So because of that, I have taken the videos down, and I apologize to anybody that I offended. I am sorry. Also, during last night's live stream, I used the word colored instead of saying person of color, which is a very outdated, very offensive term. A few moments later, somebody educated me and told me that it wasn't okay to use that, which I immediately apologized to everyone and said I would never do that again. So once again, to anybody that I offended, I am sorry. You know, my whole page, my whole brand is based on holding people accountable and doing better. I would be a hypocrite if I didn't hold myself to the same standards. I am human, I am still growing, I am still learning, and I promise all of you, I will do better. I have nothing but love and kindness in my heart. I will continue to try to make the world a better place. And once again, to everybody, I apologize.
See, now if he would have posted this video first, Like, I hate this, right? Because he would have gotten me. But now that I did research on his previous escapades, he has a basic formula that he does. He says he was just paying homage to Hulk Hogan and he didn't know about the atrocities. Which is like, okay, that would be fine if the live stream after you was talking about, oh, well, why don't you go after the coloreds? See, if you didn't say, why don't you go after them? Why don't you go after them? I would have actually believed that you didn't know about the atrocities of Hulk Hogan. But you did, because it was a live stream, as we just confirmed. And then the same as RFK, where literally, if again, we go back to the point, he says, it was nice to meet you today, sir. I don't know much about your politics or what anyone's really. I stay away from it and consider myself independent. So it's like, you are feigning ignorance and then acting like, oh, I'm enlightened now, guys. I'm so stupid me. I had no idea. But now that I know, let's move on. And it's like, see, if you would have posted this first, I would have never known. Nobody would have known. And I wouldn't even known that you even had RFK, took a picture of RFK. But because you keep doing this, like this is now your second time following the same exact rule book, like the same exact guidelines that you went the first time. Do something stupid or do something that you know is wrong. Because again, you knew you was wrong by taking a picture of RFK Jr. because your first sentence basically told us that. And then you sit here, be like, oh, I'm educated now. I know better. Please, I'm sorry, guys. I will never do it again. And then proceed to do it again. So, what I'm not understanding is why should we give you another chance, Joey? I don't understand why we should give you another chance. Because it is very obvious that, one, you are aware of the atrocities. You just think you can get away with it. And the thing is, again, if you would have just posted that video and then posted this cookie cutter ass apology that you just went through, like, and none of that in between shit, you would have just been in the same spot that you was before, but you couldn't help yourself. Okay, so basically, after he posted this apology, so after he posted this video, he wound up getting backlash even more. Because, well, it's obviously bullshit. And people, that's not why he got backlash. He actually got backlash from the right side. Because, like, saying an apology, acknowledging that you made a mistake and that you've been informed and that you've learned it from your mistakes and you'll continue to move on is bad. And now all of a sudden he's bending the knee. And now he says this. Because at first he was just getting backlash. So this was just his response to just the backlash in general. Because people went up in arms about it. All the good I've done, all the people I've helped, all for nothing. I truly hope all the people I inspired do great things in their life and pay it forward to help others and carry on my message. But no matter how much good you do, people just wait for a reason to hate you and tear you down. Either you die a hero or live enough to become the villain. Thank you for your support. I am done. And you can, funny enough, in the screenshot, you can see as soft as Charmin. Yeah, so because of this apology, he started getting like more backlash from the right. Besides the video, because apparently he's bending the knee and just saying, nah, them coloreds. And it's like, mind you, this is what they're asking, mind you. Them coloreds need to stop being offended. He's right. Like, ain't nothing wrong with Hulk Hogan. Which is like, man, of course. That's why I like, Joey, you're never going to see his video. But if someone ever gets this into your retinas, bro, do not right-wing grift, bro. Everyone who does that is now regretting it. Hence the Joe Rogan crew. Don't do it, bro. Now, this is him getting backlash from the left, right? Because people are just holding him accountable for his bullshit. Now, he starts feeling the pressure of the people from the right, the assholes, the people who would happily call us colors. And this wound up being his next response. A lot of people are upset with me, calling me weak and a quitter or worse. They're not wrong and I deserve it, but just so we're clear and you can walk in my shoes, they sent messages telling me they know where I live and they were going to unalive me. That's fine, I can handle it. It's not the first time. Didnt went after my girlfriend, my business partner, and they found my sister's number and text messaged her. And that made me furious and disgusted with people. So yeah, maybe I am done with social media or need to take a break and get my head right. But I will say there are so many incredible people being supportive and telling me how much I've helped them to be stronger and keep fighting. Thank you to everyone. Even though it's giving me a kick in the ass telling me to stop being weak and a quitter. You need to hear it once in a while. I just need to breathe. Like I said, you know that it's people from the right that's doing that shit. Because, bro, people on the left, nobody was coming after him. Nobody was sending death threats tonight. Niggas was just exposing you, bro. Like, are there bad apples? Yes, there are bad apples everywhere. But death threats and having your whole life stalked after just for existing on your views isn't something, it's something that they're known for doing. It's confusing them with saying stop being weak or a quitter, and it's like, brother, they're telling you you're being a weak and a quitter not because you're quitting, but because you apologize. That's how I know who he's now listening to, bro. And that's all I was saying, Joey, don't do it, bro. Don't fall into that right wing grift, bro. Fight the fact that you are pretty much there, bro. Because death threats, I don't care, bro. All the nigga did was say colored, bro, and do a Hulk Hogan homage. I'm not gonna lie, that's not worth death threats. Like, that's not worth him harassing his girlfriend. That's not him. Like, I don't understand why people go after anybody else but the person in this, especially when Joey Swoll himself is a public figure. So it's not like you would go after he is his brand. So it's not like you can really go after anybody else but him. He is the top of his shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, why are y'all harassing people? Even with this, do not harass people. Do not harass him. Do not harass his girlfriend. I hate that I have to say this, but do not do it. Say what you want. Hold them accountable. No death threats. But this video got on a lot longer than it needed to. So my point being is, Joey, I would honestly believe you if you would have just posted this apology before, like this cookie cutter ass apology before. But now that we've read your previous apology, the fact that you've been in a situation like this before, and it basically just checks off the same list. It just checks off the same numbers on the list as it did your first time. It's like, I just can't believe you anymore, man. Like, this is honestly disappointing because I never thought you was a racist, bro. But it's like, this is quite literally just the nice guy shit, where nice guys act like they're the nicest dudes in the world, but when you get comfortable with them, it turns out they're not that nice, they're not good people. I posted a Steve Wilkos video roasting a predator for his stupid actions. This was a predator trying to go on Steve Wilkos to prove he wasn't, and it did. And I wound up looking into his record and stuff. So if you want to see that, click here. You know, and if you want to see cringy text messages or any other content in the future, click here, subscribe, and like the video. Joey, I'm sorry, bro. I really don't hate you, but this is pretty inexcusable now. Do better. Peace.